Next thing we will look at is the compounds and mixtures. Okay, so compounds, what are they? They are two or more different types of atoms. Okay, keyword over here is different. Different types of atoms or different types of elements chemically bonded together in fixed composition. Okay, so different types of atoms or different types of elements chemically bonded together, right? So in this case, what does this mean is it means that we can have molecules of compound. So let's look at the molecules of compound. For example, water, H2O, this is a common compound. If you look at the formula H2O, you know that it is made from element hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, so two different types of element join together to form one molecule. If we draw the picture of your water, it will look like this. One oxygen and two hydrogen. Okay, carbon dioxide, CO2, right? Carbon dioxide, so same thing, this is one carbon chemically joined to two oxygen. You have one molecule of water and one molecule of carbon dioxide, of which they are compounds. Okay, other examples of compounds, you have your sodium chloride, NaCl, one atom of sodium plus one atom of chloride to form sodium chloride. Sugar, which is glucose, you have 6 carbon atoms chemically joined to 12 hydrogen atoms chemically joined to 6 oxygen atoms. Ammonia, it is 1 nitrogen atom chemically joined to 3 hydrogen atom. Methane, 1 carbon atom chemically joined to 4 hydrogen atoms. Okay, all these formulas of the compounds over here, this is very, very good for us to know, because this is like foundation to all your upper sec topics and you will be dealing with them a lot moving forward. Okay, next thing that we have what we call mixtures. Okay, we are looking at the mixtures over here. Okay, next thing that we are going to look at mixtures. Okay, two or more substances mixed together, not chemically combined. Alright, so two or more substances mixed together. Right, just now if you recall, when we are talking about the compounds is also two or more, but two or more types of atoms, right? Now this is just two or more substance. In this case, my substance can be elements. It can also be compounds. And that's why we use a very general term of two or more substances. And then this one is chemically bonded together. This is not chemically bonded together, means they are just mixed together, and that's why we call them mixtures. Okay, this idea is very, very important, okay, because it will tell you common question that is being tested is that they will ask you what's the difference between a mixture and a compound. Okay, just now I forgot to mention this in fixed composition or fixed ratio. Essentially, what does this one mean? For it to be water, H2O, it must be 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. Okay, if I have 1 oxygen, 1 hydrogen, it cannot be water. So this composition must be fixed. Okay, but in terms of mixtures, right? The substance can be in any composition, any ratio. What do we mean by that? Means that, for example, if I have a box and inside this box I have 50% oxygen and then I have 50% carbon dioxide. Inside this box is a mixture. If I have another box, I have 20% oxygen, 80% carbon dioxide. This is still a mixture. So the percentage or the composition can be in any ratio. Okay? Substances will retain their own physical properties and chemical properties in a mixture. So same thing back in this box, right? This 50% oxygen will still have oxygen's properties. This 50% carbon dioxide will still have carbon dioxide's properties. So their properties do not change. Okay? But likewise, if we compare it with compounds, compounds will have different properties from the constituent elements. Meaning to say, for example, water over here, right? Water over here, H2O, is made from 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. So hydrogen will have its own chemical and physical properties. It will have its own way of reaction. It will have its own melting point, boiling point. Oxygen will have its own melting point, boiling point, and the way of reaction. But when it combines together chemically to form water, water have a different set of properties. So this is what we mean. Okay, common examples of mixtures we have to know, really very important under our syllabus. We need to know the alloys. Okay, alloys is a mixture of metal and another element. So common alloys, we have steel, we have bronze, and then we have brass. Okay, please note the surrounding air is also a mixture. Okay, air is actually made from 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, and then the remaining 1% is other gases like carbon dioxide, water vapor. Okay, petroleum is also a mixture. So petroleum, this is many years ago when dinosaurs died, right? And then, because of the heat of the earth, there are elements inside the dinosaurs actually form what we call petroleum. So petroleum is a mixture, right? And then it's made from different parts. So from these fossils that we dig out when the dinosaurs die, right, we can actually separate them into different uses such as diesel, kerosene, fuel oil. Okay, diesel, for example, is the petrol for vans and trucks. Right, the petrol that your dad's car use is another different type. It's a different component under the petroleum. Fuel oil is used for ships and so on and so forth. Yeah. So solutions. Okay. So remember, when we group your element, compound, and mixtures, we group mixtures as solutions and suspension. So solutions are also mixture. If we have salt solution means I have sodium chloride and water. It is a mixture. Sugar solution, I have, for example, sugar, and it is dissolved inside water. Okay, important idea, every time you see the word solution, please note that it is a mixture. Okay, so this table over here summarizes the key differences between your compounds and mixtures. Please remember that this is a very common question that is being asked. Okay, so recall your composition of compounds. It must be fixed, right? 2 hydrogen, 1 oxygen, must be water. Okay, for mixtures, they are mixed in any proportion. 50% hydrogen, 50% oxygen. It is a mixture of gases. 70% hydrogen, 20% oxygen, 10% hydrogen. This is any proportion. Okay, separation. Alright, okay, a compound can only be broken down into simpler substance by chemical processes. So recall your chemical processes. For now, please take it as high heat, electricity. Energy is usually involved. Okay, components of the mixtures, we separate them by physical methods. This same thing, these physical methods, we will learn it in one chapter called the separation techniques. Okay, properties, your compounds have different properties from the elements, right? Hydrogen has its own property, oxygen has its own property. When it forms water, water will have its own properties. Okay, if it is a mixture, all of its properties, all of the properties of the components are being retained. Okay, and because compounds are formed using a chemical reaction, energy is usually involved, right? Energy is usually involved and new substances are always formed because it is a chemical reaction. Okay, but for mixtures, usually when we mix things together, no energy is required. Okay, there's no chemical reaction, no energy is required, there is no new substance formed.